Look at them. Millions of glowing rectangles illuminating exhausted faces in the dead of night. They swipe, they tap, they consume, and they wake up every single morning wondering why the cold walls of the comfort prison are closing in just a little bit tighter around them. You've been sold a massive lie, Decoders. A highly profitable, beautifully packaged hallucination. The talking heads on your screens tell you that the reason you are constantly broke is a lack of personal discipline. They write endless, mocking articles about your morning coffee habits. They preach about willpower and budgeting. They desperately want you looking in the mirror, drowning in a manufactured guilt, genuinely believing that you are the sole architect of your own financial ruin. But you aren't weak. You are being farmed. Welcome to File 01. We exist in a brutal paradox. You are working more hours, grinding harder, and sacrificing more of your sanity than the generations that came before you. You bleed your raw energy into the concrete of this machine, yet your slice of the pie keeps shrinking into nothingness. Your bank account is a perpetually leaking bucket, and you can't even locate the hole. That is the glitch. The system isn't broken, it's functioning exactly as designed. The architect class, the unseen, untouchable engineers of your digital reality, knew they couldn't just steal your money outright. That would spark a riot in the streets. Instead, they executed something infinitely more sinister. They bypassed your evolutionary biology. They constructed a digital environment so seamlessly frictionless, so utterly devoid of natural physical resistance that you don't even realize you are bleeding out until you hit absolute zero. They fastened an invisible collar around your digital identity. I call it the algorithmic leash. Every time you stare into that black mirror, you aren't fighting your own bad habits. You are stepping into an arena with billion-dollar supercomputers. You are fighting armies of behavioral psychologists whose singular, ruthless purpose is to hack your primitive brain and extract your labor tokens. They mapped your dopamine receptors. They mapped your loneliness. They built a matrix where surrendering your life force is the path of least resistance. You think you are making your own independent choices. You think you are the one in control of the tap, the swipe, the checkout. But wait until you see the invisible code dictating your every swipe.
Let's perform an autopsy on your brain, Decoders. For centuries, humans used physical currency. Handing over cash activated your brain's insula, the exact region registering physical pain and disgust. It lit up like a neon warning. Biology installed a natural emergency brake. Spending hurt. It was designed to hurt, keeping you alive in the brutal economic food chain. But the system couldn't have you feeling pain. Pain creates hesitation. Hesitation destroys quarterly profits. They synthesized the perfect digital anesthesia, frictionless spending. They stripped away the paper, the counting, the physical exchange. They replaced the brutal reality of losing resources with the smooth, hypnotic dopamine hit of Apple Pay, Face ID, and one-click buying. You aren't handing over the physical hours of your life anymore. You just stare at a lens, double-tap a glowing screen, and passively watch a digital number shrink. It is a masterclass in behavioral hacking. The comfort prison relies entirely on this engineered numbness. You are bleeding out in high definition, drained by daily microtransactions, yet you don't feel a single drop leaving your veins. They erased the pain of spending. But who are they? The architects of your empty wallet are much closer than you think. Look towards the West Coast. Silicon Valley isn't a tech hub, it is a cartel. The media calls them innovators, but behind the glass walls of their billion-dollar campuses, they are something entirely different. They are the architect class. These aren't just coders writing innocent software. They are weaponized dopamine engineers. They hold PhDs in behavioral psychology and neuroscience, armed with infinite budgets with one singular ruthless objective: to completely override your primitive brain. They designed the frictionless traps. They orchestrated the digital anesthesia. They turned your biological vulnerabilities into their quarterly dividends. You are fighting an asymmetric war against supercomputers programmed to drain your resources before you even realize you made a choice. If you see the glitch, leave a signal. Hit the like button. If you want to stay asleep, keep scrolling. The dopamine cartels profit from your absolute lack of friction. Every smooth swipe, every effortless biometric scan is a calculated extraction of your wealth. They engineered a system where losing your money feels like a reward. They built the slot machine and stitched it into your daily existence. But here is the most terrifying part. These architects aren't just after your current paycheck. What they're actually stealing is a lot darker, and it traps you in level 1 forever. You think you are buying convenience. You think ordering your overpriced meal from a delivery app and summoning a ride with a tap is a modern luxury. It is not. It is a weaponized cage. Welcome to the comfort prison. Every time you trade your future capital for immediate, frictionless comfort, you are fortifying the iron bars of your own cell. The architects designed these daily microtransactions to keep you perpetually drained. They bleed you out $10 at a time, ensuring your bank account remains at a carefully calculated equilibrium of panic and bare survival. As long as you are hooked to this algorithmic leash, you will never accumulate the critical mass of resources required to escape. You are trapped in level 1. You are wandering blindfolded through the Paper Labyrinth, a grim maze constructed entirely of digital receipts, endless subscription fees, and phantom debts. You believe you are a free citizen operating in a free market. Look closer at the cold architecture of your reality. You are not a free player. You are a biological battery. You are willingly plugging yourself into their machine every single day, powering their trillion-dollar algorithms with the raw, exhausting hours of your finite life. So, the maze is rigged and the cheese is poisoned. How do you break a chain you can't even feel? Let me show you the exit. The exit from the comfort prison requires a violent shift in your behavior. If the architects weaponized ease to drain you, your only defense is to weaponize difficulty. You must reintroduce friction. The analog resistance begins today. Delete your saved credit cards from your browsers. Erase Apple Pay. Deactivate one-click buying.
Force yourself to physically stand up, locate your wallet, and manually type in 16 digits every single time you want to consume. You need to feel the biological pain of the transaction again. You need the insula in your brain to scream at you. That pain is your emergency brake. It is the only thing that will stop the financial hemorrhage. Matrix hates company. If you are ready to unplug, join the Decoders. Subscribe. What level of the Paper Labyrinth are you trapped in? Confess down below. Let the algorithm see your defiance. But understand this. Plugging the leak is only your first test. The money you bled in the comfort prison didn't just vanish, it transformed into something much heavier. Today's frictionless comfort is tomorrow's inescapable chains. If you want to know how they use your debt as a leash, access File 02. Stay unplugged.